Hello, welcome to a new unboxing and quick analysis. Today will be a new racer, the first in fact from Cheerson. The jumper also referenced as the CX-91. So this is as in first glance a typical 250mm racer, including of course I would say some brushless motor, but some originalities. First of all, you have this strange kind of 3 blades props, okay? Is it efficient or not? I will say later. And okay, you have of course, as is in FPV racer, an FPV camera installed on front, some LEDs, etc. So black, and it seems to have only one color, black, and some U-range touches. Okay, so what we will find in this new Cheerson product? Here is the contents. So okay, I already spread everything in the table. So first of all, here is the quadcopter. Okay, so in the first contact, I can say everything is in the plastic. Okay, any carbon or fiberglass compose this quadcopter is definitively a bad point, because this quadcopter costs something like $270. We could expect for this price at least some fiber or carbon elements. Okay, but let's continue. So the arms are in plastic, more in nylon material. It seems to be very solid for sure. I can give you the thickness of each arm, okay, and you will see that is not bad and not so bad. You have something like 8mm on the arms, and on mortarboard you have something close to 5. So it's very good, but it's still in carbon. The question is, 8mm in nylon is equivalent to 3mm in carbon? I don't know, but I'm afraid it's not enough yet. So on the top of it you have this canopy. This is, you know, this kind of very basic plastic canopy of a toys car from Double Toys, for example. But at least you have a touch of design, okay? On the back you will find these LEDs. So out of the box you have the feeling that is not working, but be aware, you have to be in the air to this one to be working, okay? So to access to the internal part, you just need to release these 4 C-clips, okay, like a car, a canopy car. It's pretty easy, and you will discover, as soon as you will release it, all the electronic materials. So on the big one here, you will find the main power distribution board, and on each side of it you will find 2 AC for each corresponding arms, okay? So 2 AC for the 2 motors there, and 2 AC for the 2 rear motors. I hope you can guess. I will move the power lead cable. You can see a white box here, and also in the other side. This is the flying controlling board, welcoming also the 2.4 GHz receiver. So as connection associated with it, you will have 4 the 4 control to give the signal to the AC. Okay, the first one got the ground and the +5 signal. The 3 other got only the signal 1. Okay, and you have after some different power. The small 2 connector here is to give the power of the rear LEDs here, and the 2 other probably to give the power to the front LEDs, the white front LEDs. Okay, everything is simple. You have a reference Polaris, okay, M4DI5A, okay, version 1.3. ESC are announced to be a 16 ampere, okay. They are not supporting for us, unfortunately, with at least this existing firmware. So maybe if you can access to install better firmware, but I don't really see some pads to connect flasher or tools to flash something. Okay, I will give some close-up photos of the main controller of the ESC. Maybe you can expect to flash some things, I don't know, a BLLE firmware or a Simon key, for example. The connections are really basic. So from the flying controlling board, here is the connection, okay, from the receiver part, okay, and well, you have on the back the 5.8 video emitter, transmitter, with the 6 position, a very small dip switch here. Okay, so the 3 first is to select one of the 8 frequencies, the two following is to select one of the 4 band, and the last is in use. Strange, well, it's not so strange, you have to attach the linear antenna like this to screw it. Out of the box, I had to gently untight a little bit these 2 screws to be able to attach at the same time the canopy on top. Okay, so if the antenna is not entering, please think to untight gently these 2 screws for a quarter of tour of it, and it will be okay. Now let's have a look to the props. They are very strange. It's the first time I saw some props housing the motors, so you will need these provided tools to remove them. So it's relatively easy, okay, just like this, and just need to turn to release them and to remove them. So as you can see, it's a 22 type brushless motors, no exact kV reference, so to re-engage them it's exactly the same situation. So you will push them like this. So in the same time you have to block the motors. Sometimes it's not so trivial, but anyway, okay, like this, and then use this wrench to unlock them. So it's relatively easy, but it means that each time you will have to fly it, you will need this wrench to access to install or disinstall them. Good news, you have 4 spare props in case of crash. That's always a good news. I don't think they will be very expensive. The size of each blade is probably in the 5 inch. Okay, they are 5 inch for sure, and the pitch seems to be between 30 and 45. Okay, so a 3 blade is assumed to give you more lift, but it will be a little bit less sporty compared to a 2 blade editions. On the front you will be able to find the FPV camera. You can set the lens orientation from a small minus 15 degrees of negative pitch up to something like more 10 degrees of positive. So it's good to install like this. In case of fast forward, you will be able to more target the horizontal line. No exact reference about it. In practice, I think it's a 600 TVL, and the light sensitivity is in the average, not fantastic good in my point of view. Another negative point I found, for mine at least, that the close-up of the lens was not focused on the long distance, but more on close-up, on a very short one, very shorter one. So I will have to disassemble it and to adapt the lens. Okay, I have to tune it more to be focused, if it's possible, to longer distance. Okay, that's definitively a drawback. You have 2 white LEDs. I will turn on to show you how strong they are. Okay, in my point of view, they are not very strong. Okay, so I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not sure it's also very efficient for night flying, and it's very surprising. The rear LED is not turned on when you power your quadcopter. Nothing appears on the rear. Okay, nothing. You will have to lift your quadcopter. Okay, and to be in acro mode to see some light appearing on the rear part. I will continue on the design. The feet here are directly screws to the main arm. They are, well, in average quality, not very strong in my point of view, and during a flips, unfortunately I crashed one. I managed to fix it by glue it, but it was not very strong in my point of view. So I said was expected, the durability of this plastic element is a real and open question. So definitively you will probably have to stock some fit, okay, but if you break arm, you will see that you will have to disassemble everything to swap with the new lower plate at least. On the camera, okay, I will return to the camera. On the right side you can find a small micro SD port. It means that you can record up to 720p videos. That's a good point. So while you are broadcasting your FPV signal, Okay, you can record as well, so it's good. But in fact, you don't really have the choice, because on the top of the canopy, you cannot install any Mobius camera directly. Okay, you don't have any flat surface to install a Mobius or run a HD2, for example. So actually, without sacrificing the canopy, you cannot install this extra camera. Let's have a look also to the rest of the element. You will find this charger, okay, to recharge your LiPo. I forgot to mention, it's coming with a 3S LiPo battery, 1600 mAh, up to 30C, okay, in the documentation is 35, but only 30C come here, handling with XT60 connectors. I can give you the weight of this everything, okay. So the battery standalone weighs 135 grams, okay. If I had the quadcopter, okay, I will use this microphone as surface plate, okay. If the quadcopter standalone plus the LiPo, okay, something like this, 400 grams, and plus the canopy, you will reach something like 412 grams approximately. So it means that for the US market, unfortunately, you will have to register this quadcopter now. Maybe some carbon element will render this quadcopter a little bit more lighter. What also come with, associated with the 4 GB micro SD card, you will have this micro SD card reader, okay. They gave an IV out for the FPV monitors to input an external source, a video source. It comes with the charger, comes with this power unit, and the branch, as I said, and this is a micro SD cable to charge your FPV transmitter. So now we have a look in detail the FPV monitors. So the first thing is how to mount it, because it comes, it's not mount, okay. You will have, you can see this, you have 4 metallic parts. This small square here, okay, this screw here, and this long metal bar here, and a very small one here, okay. So the first thing to do is to take the long one, clips and block the transmitter holder bar here, and screw here the 2 longest screw in the bag, okay. So you have to screw, you can see the hole in the long metallic bar, you have to enter the screw here and to attach everything. After, on the third one, lefting in the bag, you have to install this small metal square here and to screw the FPV monitor. So it's a little bit tricky. Well, it takes 2-3 minutes because you don't have really a documentation about it. Anyway, on the FPV monitor, first of all, it's branded by FXT, which a brand I really like, especially the 200 milliwatts of video transmitter. On the left side, you can find the micro SD port where you can recharge your FPV, the internal LiPo of these FPV monitors. The power switch, okay, when I will turn on, you can see immediately the white snow. That means that it don't suffer of any blue screen or black screen when you're loading your FPV transmission. And here you have a set of buttons. So the channel, where to select the channel, the frequency band, a minus, menu button, and plus. You have to know that if you long press on channel button, you will engage the auto charge of the frequency. Okay. But if you press on M, like menu, and you will see the menu. So be aware, by default is not in English, okay? So I will show. So you have to press 1 time menu, then 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, and you are in the language setting, and you have to press plus to select the English, okay? So press 5 times the M button, and then the plus to engage the English out of the box. You have an indication of the video signal as well as the battery of the FPV monitors, okay? That's good. So you can see how many minutes you can fly. The definition of the screen is not bad at all, and the screen is matte, so very visible even in strong daylights. Okay, I will turn off it. Let's see about the radio. It's a basic Cheerson chassis. But here, very basic, only 2 switch buttons. This one is it's an auto-centered button, switch button, returning automatically to the center position. If you press down, you will start recording. Down again, stop. And if you press up, you will take some photos in the 720p DVR of the camera. Here, this is the flight mode. Okay, by default, this is a stable. Okay, with moderate pitch angles and pitch and rolls, and yaw also. And as soon as you will press the one button, you will engage a more higher rates. It's not a real acro mode because it's still auto leveling. Okay, the quadcopter, be aware. But I have to now to mention something important. When you will fly this quadcopter, you don't have a minimum throttle idle speed of your motor. It means that as soon as you will turn off the throttle, your motor will be stopped. So it's good to perform some manual flips, because if the motor, you can stop motors, you can really do all the flips correctly. Okay, so it means that when you will harm your quadcopter, be aware you don't have any visual sign that your motor is harmed, your quadcopter is harmed. So in a very important point, really. So I've noticed that if you take time to power first your quadcopter and after to turn on your transmitter, you won't really succeed to harm your quadcopter. In fact, in practice, I will show you, you have to turn on first the transmitter, okay? And to connect within the hand of the music of the transmitter, you will have to connect your quadcopter. Let's do it, okay? First, turn on the transmitter, and before the end of the music, connect your quadcopter. Then you will be able to harm your quadcopter, okay? If you are too long, it won't be possible, you won't manage to harm it. How to harm it? You have to press, be aware, remove any props if you are doing in-house, okay? I will just do for the information, you just have to push the throttle command in lower right, and then you can push this throttle, okay? Be aware to disarm in lower left, okay, and you will see it's disarmed. As I said, in the flight mode, you have a central blue one when you're unstable. The two external one mean that you are in super rate mode, in expert mode, okay. So be aware. So as I said, actually the no LEDs on the rear, you have to be in the air to okay, to really see the LEDs, okay, when actually you can see it, you have to be in the air, okay. I will turn off the quadcopter, okay. The video receiver is strong. I didn't yet measure the emitted power, but it's probably around 200 milliwatts, maybe more, okay. And actually I set the frequency to the first bus scan one, okay. I will conclude this unboxing and quick analysis of the Cheerson 91. Some words about the flying characteristics. These three-blade props don't give a big power of this quadcopter, but it's a super stable flyer. So the PIDs have been set to offer you, and the pitch and rolls values have been set to offer a great stable flight. As soon as you will turn your expert mode, it will become more sporty, of course, and it's very easy to perform some manual flips. Really, just need to push a little bit the throttle, stop it, and turn where you want to flip. It's pretty easy. But if you already fly a real racer, even the expert mode is not ultra sporty. Probably some only two blades will give you more punch, but you cannot really out of the box install some other type of props. It's a proprietary model. I strongly advise to stock some, and some feet also, because you will be able to break them, okay. So yeah. So I'm slightly little bit disappointed by the power. Could be a little bit more powering, but I enjoyed the stability of this quadcopter. It's even more stable than the eSky HMX 280. I regret the absence of carbon element. Okay, everything is plastic, and I said for 270 bucks. Actually, for me, is a little bit overpriced. Something around 220 should be the right price in my point of view. Okay, I will stop this unboxing. I hope you like it. If you like it, please submit. If you like my channel in general, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.